afternoon, fellow traders. Welcome to another stellar episode of the Wolf Den Trader Recaps. It's Monday. I'm excited. What a day today. We traded some fades, all-day fadey parade on SGMO, taking some swings off, but what a day. A little bit slow pre-market, but let's just go ahead and jump right into executions. Rebecca. Thank you. So here we go, SGMO. Now, SGMO had a little bit of volume on Friday. Phase 1/2 results for SB525 drug results. Now we take a look at that, and then we notice a gap up today, Monday. Enough of a gap up from 1140 to 1340. That's $2. Now I'm going to take a look at the filings. Now, real quick, take a look at the Wolf Den on Discord. Now, we're doing something that I've never seen anybody do before. Look how we're breaking down this dilution package for you guys. We're making it so simple. Okay, here's a 424 from 4419. Now we have the amount of shares, the warrants, the net price, the underwriter discount. We're throwing in the underwriters and the package that these guys put together. This particular package is an option for an additional 1.6 million shares on 30 days. We're even throwing in the registration statement. Now, this is a dual prospectus, so there's another offering on top of this. I mean, we're bundling the dilution package for you guys, and then we put the link underneath. Now, this is an amazing feature of Wolf Trading. We want to get talented traders in here. If you're strong with technicals, if you're strong with volume, whatever is the case, if you need some help with the fundamentals, or if you're a stellar fundamental reader, we want you in the room. Here's some other stuff going on. AVGR, look at the LIFE sitting on an effective S3A, waiting on the 424. Like, look how we're putting these packages together, right? We want more talent in the room. VTV sitting on an S3. Look, they're just going off that 60-day previous close, avoiding the IB5 or IB6 restriction, right? Sub 75 MVPHS, all right here. Here's the link. Now, this is a new feature for Wolf Trading. Not to get sidetracked, we're super excited about this feature. So now we know there's dilution, right? There's $10.80 warrants, 1081 net. And now let's hop over to the Jumbotron. Now, this chart is weak since 3/6 of last year. This chart is in a little bit of a downtrend. Now we get a nice pop. Look at the volume, right? The volume is the integrity of the chart. Today's volume was 20.4 million. Okay, 20.4 million. But now that is 14 times the 10-day average volume. And that is 10.7 times the 90-day volume. Now, if I can layer in those average, I can paint a beautiful picture. Now, with that said, let's zoom in. Let's enhance, right? I want to get in on this volume. I want to see, here's the channel. We're trading in this channel, right? And now we're almost at the edge. We're popping out of this channel. Now, here's the levels. I'm going to take these levels that you see right here, and I'm going to place them onto my execution chart. Okay. Now, pre-market, like I said, we're popping up to 1370, and we know that there's dilution at this point because we have that amazing Wolf Trading fundamental room. We lay it out for you. Now, it's not normally like me to jump into a trade sub VWAP, especially on a stock that has gapped up this much, and it looks like to appear to be the volume leader, but I spot dilution on the tape. Now, this is just an opinion, but we trade dilution. This is bread and butter for us. KPTI, we crushed it. SGMO today, we crushed it. We want to be on the side with the banks. Okay, now enough being said to just straight executions. I start to see dilution come onto the tape, so I jump in. Now here's executions right here. By time, you can try to stay with me on this. I'm trading like 3 or 4 tickers in the morning, but I jump in at 1335 and 1331 right here, and then I start to trim. Now not wanting to add into this position this week. I already felt like I chased. Now, I don't know how much dilution. I don't know the magnitude of that dilution. I don't know how hard they're going to hit this. So I do not add here. I have orders out waiting for the bell to open. Ding, ding. I'm looking for any side of strength. And these guys just demolish any type of bid liquidity. Now, 1081 warrants. They're in the money. But they got a little bit of this off. These shares were delivered April 4th. So these guys can push it. I don't really know what they're going to do until I see them come down. Now, I'm all out right here. I'm taking profit. I'm unwinding the position, and I'm all out at 1265. Now, I'm eager to get back in. Now, once we bottom out here at 1220, 1230, this is an 11.5% retracement from pre-market highs. Now, this is at this point, this is a $1.5 billion stock. Who is going to go long on a 12% retracement from pre-market in 7 minutes? So that gives me the confidence, stacked on top of the confluence of the filings. We have conviction. Now I'm going to pound any type of strength that I can. So I'm all out right here, looking to get back in. I scale in I scale into 1250. I have a 1252 average right here. I take about half the position off, and then here we see some strength. Now here's my orders all right here. And notice too, liquidity, the pluses are passive liquidity, the minuses are aggressive liquidity. Today we traded 75.63% passive liquidity, continuing to improve on that. Now, leaning into strength. Now, I was a bit early on this lean, but I know they're diluting. We're spotting this on the tape. Now, if you were in the Wolf trading room, we have multiple tapes set up. We have multiple ways to identify dilution. We look at different exchanges. We're following the market maker around. Yeah, we were tracking him today. We were on him today. He was using a 17 footprint. We found him today. We tracked him. There's a lot going on this tape. We found a couple algos. We are becoming order flow masters, and we're not afraid. Come and give us a look, man. If you got any type of talent and you want to become a better trader, we want your talent in the Wolf trading room. Now, we're leaning into strength here. These orders are relatively small, but here's my averages as we come up, 1257. Now I'm averaging at 1278. Now I'm watching the order flow. I'm not even taking profit here because I still have conviction on the tape. The tape is still showing me that the way these guys are going after the bid liquidity and pushing the offer up. Now, it's possible that another player could have stepped in larger than Cohen and larger than Wells Fargo and larger than Barclays. Those are the underwriters. It is possible, and then they could have wiped me out and I would have had to have taken a massive loss. But we did not, coming up to a 1285.36 average, and we fade down. Now, I'm sized in pretty good. I trimmed 28% of the position off in the money right here above VWAP. Now, if I wouldn't have scaled in so early, these orders down here around VWAP, if I could have eliminated this, but I could have potentially missed a move. So I'm happy with this. I am happy, but I did have to trim 28% of the position, which is a high first trim for me. Now these targets after this were set in front of the tape. Now, when I say I set targets in front of the tape, that means I'm setting my targets out in front of the current price that we're trading at. Now, I'm just sitting here and I'm waiting. We come down, miss. Now I'm just patiently waiting. I take some off at 1233. Orders are right here. I take some off here. I take 9% of the position off. Now we come up and I'm trying to even add more back into VWAP. We're heavy. The tape is so heavy at this point that I just want to add at this point. I'm begging for strength at this point. I'm sized into a short position and I want to see strength. That's just how we were trading this today. Now we come down and I have these targets set. So I take some more of the position off at 1212, 1211 right here. And I'm pretty dialed in at this point. Like I said, the market maker, we're following him on the GSCO route. We just have a good read on this one. A really, really good read. 3 or 4 or 5 guys in the room were fading this with us. We were talking about targets. We were talking about levels. It was just a level up day for Wolf Trading. Also a shout out to Trav86 for First time ever in the room. What a gentleman. He made a patron donation and supported us. We just wanted to give you a shout out and say thank you for the support. And we look forward to continuing and growing a relationship with the guys in the room to become profitable, to become consistent, and just to be the best that we can be, improving 1% every single day. Thank you. Now here we are. We're adding top tick ads. Average at this point is 12,761. And then that's the last little bit of strength that we get. We still haven't got to VWAP yet. Now we're riding the 200s. Here's the 7289. Here's the 200 simple, the 200E. Just setting targets. I also have these targets set off these targets right here. 1167, 1127, 1209. These are my targets. These are how I get my targets. So then I'm just unwinding the position. All of these orders, all my targets, except for maybe one or two. Actually, all of my targets on SGMO were all passive. Like these targets are all set. And then we're just continuing to get this sell-off here. My lowest cover was 1133, I believe. Yep, 1133. And just what an amazing trade. One of the biggest trades. KPTI, I thought was the biggest trade. This might even have been bigger. Like every single day, we're just getting better and better. It's exciting times. I still have 1/5 of the position, 20% from 1277 average, and we're looking for targets at 1103, and I'm looking at targets at like 1044 final targets. What a trade. Great trade. So next trade is, we'll just do KPTI. So KPTI was just a little bit of a target. I'm working a 960 average from Friday. Now this is off of ads. We recycled some shares on this, but that's my average right now. I set these targets. Still got targets out. 811 and 813, 793, 757. Those are my final targets on KPTI. Now let's check out SOLY. Now, SOLY was a runner today. I gave it a 9 out of 10 for order flow difficulty, order flow manipulation. This chart was just, these guys were running game, really is what it was. So I had a thesis, a $15 thesis, and I failed twice. So here we go. It's just kind of pounding up. It's creeping up. I'm not really jumping the gun. I set these orders out at $15 based on the daily resistance and the volume that goes into that. And they pushed over 15 real quick, and they just sprang the offer up, and they triggered all of the short stop liquidity with slippage, in my opinion. So once that happens, now this is a full cut right here. And I'm thinking that is just a red flag for me. That might be a fade continuation, so I give it another shot against this potential higher high. And now we get a little bit of a flush, and I just don't like how the tape looks on this flush. There's a lot of small prints on it, and the speed of the tape looked manipulated to me. I just did not like the order flow, so I scalped it. But then we came into some more strength, and I did decide, as volume kind of slowed down, I thought we had volume divergence at this point. At this point right here, when I first entered, you can see the volume is dead, right? So volume divergence, when we have the price is trading at the same price or higher than previously, then with less volume. So we have volume divergence here as opposed to this position right here. So I continue to get in, I scale into the position, and I have a tight stop right here, again, just above 15, like 1506, and they slipped it again with manipulative properties. So like I said, the offer pops all the way up, and they hit the bid over top of 15 and that executes the stop market orders on these routes. And then as they're doing that, the offer continues to widen. They're widening the spread after they trigger, right? These guys have level 3 access. These guys have all types of access. Retail is definitely at a disadvantage. We'll just leave it at that. Now, once that happens, I'm frustrated, and I just want to stay away from this. Now, I didn't touch this thing all the way up until I thought we had a potential backside. Now, some guys in the room started to trade this right around 1750, I believe. It's when I don't think they got in here front of this micro, this wave right here. I believe it was on this wave against this. They were trying to double top it, and we had some theses going on in the room. So I really started to look into it. I still had it on side watch. I'm still in SGMO, and I was in a couple other trades as well, which we'll see. But I did chase 1790. Where here's the there's the orders. I did chase the first entry at 1791. Kind of just wanted to rush in there, and then I put some orders out against this previous 820 support. So that was my little thesis, risking high a day at that point. Now we did finally get a little bit of a flush. This target was set, and then the range, so here's why I trimmed right here. I did an extra trim at 1780 because the amount of volume that went through on the tape and the speed of the tape in relation to the range of the flush just did not add up for me. Now, the manipulation that they used was either to speed up the tape or to take the liquidity. It's hard to explain, but basically I noticed manipulation. I thought this flush should have been deeper, down to at least 1752, 1753, and I just didn't like it. It didn't feel organic to me, so I took a 1780 trim. Now after that, my second target was hit. Now I'm one target off, so I have to pull a target off. This was first target, second target, and then we start to push back up. Now at this point, I did trail my stop. I trailed my stop down to like 1803. My original stop was here at 1855. Now I know that these guys like to slip, so 5 to 7 cent slippage is already mentally added to my risk, right? My R value against my account size. But I did bring my stop down to 1805, 1803, and I was a little nervous that I was going to get triggered here, but oh well, it's an in the money cut. I'll take that, especially with 3 TPs right here. That's a good trade. So even as this stock is pushing back right here to almost to my stop, this is a risk-free in the money trade, right? The only reason why I'm a little nervous is because I know the downside potential. This stock is extended. It's an 1850. It's garbage. This stock is garbage. I'll say it. This stock, they have filings out, which we'll get to. They have a fresh S1. This stock is going down, but it's not going down yet. They're going to push it up, and they're going to get their money. So continuing just to take profit. Now, this was my second to last target. Really proud on this one. Kind of bottom wicked it, 1663. And then I had a final target out at 1629, 1628, just a little bit above VWAP. Now, that didn't happen. We start to push, and I called it out in the room. Here's a higher low. I'm going to bring my stop down, and I brought my stop down to 1755, and I did not get any slippage on that. Look, only 100 shares left. I had a tiny little bit of the trade left, looking for that home run, right? This stock is at 1850, and the reason why I got so excited, SOLY, I don't know if I put it in the room yet, but SOLY does have a fresh S1. There's no effect on it. Yeah, that's what it was. They put out an S1 with no effect and no 424, but they put something about like 1475 warrants in it or something, which is going to come out in the 424. So they try to trick. They're tricking people, right? That just goes on to add to the manipulation that this thing has, but the 424 is coming. I don't know if it's coming tomorrow, but it's coming. So SOLY. Now let's just take a look at KPTI or no OASM. OASM. This one was just a scalp off the tape. Now this thing was popped up. I was looking for strength at the open. This was on my side watch. I noticed the spike. Anything that's on my side watch, if that tape starts lighting up, it's going to grab my attention. So I had 3 orders out. I caught 265, and then after on the way down, I caught this on the way down. I put a couple limit orders out at like 270 and maybe 278 right here. They did not get filled. I sold half the position off into the first flush, and I had targets out down here. They did not get filled. and we started to come up. I told the room I was going to scale or add at VWAP. I caught under VWAP, and I caught top tick exhaustion, giving me a 258.5 average, and then I just unwinded the position. Now this was a little bit early because we did kind of come down, and I just didn't like the support right here. I thought maybe that we were going to get a strong push, and then I think some news came out. That's what it was too. What time was this here? This was like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I don't know. I just didn't like it, and I got out. I saved a little bit of the position, maybe about half the position off here. And then the sideways consolidation action didn't really concern me because the volume was kind of dead, and I had some targets out in front of the tape, and a big seller popped in and just crushed it, and it was game over. I wasn't even upset that my targets were midway through the flush. I'll take it, winner, winner. And that's it. That was it for today. It was a great day. SGMO was the biggest trade of the year, possibly. And this just goes into the conviction of the order flow and how we are able to identify dilution on the tape. So every weekend, I'm going to put all of the dilution plays, all of the active, anything that has to do with dilution from the runners. Now, all of these stocks that are in the runners room here, when Friday rolls around, I'm going to go through the filings and I'm going to copy and paste it easy as pie and just put it in the room. So if you guys want to give us a look, it's open enrollment right now. We're just about 75 members. We're looking to get to 100 quality members, active traders, and we want to become that wolf pack, right? We already got guys in the filings. If I miss something, this guy's going to catch it. This guy might bring something to my attention that I catch, and then the next guy overlooks we're a team. We're a wolf pack, and we're on these filings, baby, and it's starting to pay off. So we're super excited. Shout out to all the new guys that joined last week. About 10 guys joined. We're just really, really exciting times. Let's take a look what ran today, because these are on watch tomorrow. TYME. They have some dilution. It's in the fundamental room. They had, I don't know what it was exactly, but there's active dilution on TYME. SOLY, that's going to be in play tomorrow. That's number one. SGMO, I'm still carrying 20% of my 12.776 average. LEDS, that was a low volume push. I want to keep an eye on this bad boy right here. OASM, this is day 2. I still haven't figured out what's up with this right here, this spike, but it still looks kind of strong, low volume. We're going to keep an eye on it. AYTU, this is on my radar. And that's it. That's it right there. All right, guys, thanks for your ear. I appreciate you hanging out for 23 minutes. We'll see you in the Wolf Den trading room, and have a great day. Let's continue to get 1% better every single day.